I got to check the light because sometimes I'm in the dark. But hey, today I'm on Taboga Island and we are going to do a tour. Probably not around the whole island, but at least try to go as high as possible and see what we can discover under the way. The island itself is not super interesting. I mean, you have hikes that you can do, so that's good. And if you are up for a beach weekend, then this island is super. You can do a lot about diving and scuba diving and going on the sea, doing tours around the island and things like that. So we're gonna try to go as high as possible today. Meanwhile, I'm gonna show you the views that I'm seeing, and of course we're doing blah blah blah. What I also have to say is that this is an island. It has some history, but most of the video will be just views and panoramic sights from the island and around, with some music on top. If there's nothing to tell you, then I shush. Okay, enjoy the video. By the way, this over there, that's the location where I'm staying. It's an Airbnb and it's on booking.com as well. It's very cozy, very quiet, because it's about 10 minutes out of the busy area of Taboga Island, and I had a good sleep. They have Wi-Fi, there's a swimming pool, you can have breakfast, they have 2 restaurants, so I think this is top to stay at when you visit Taboga Islands. Apparently the islands has many bird species and several animals, so if I'm silent like last time when I was on Ancon Hill, we can discover some of the species that live on the island. So fingers crossed. I think I choose the most perfect day since the day I arrived here in Panama to come to Taboga Island, because it's extremely hot. So we're gonna do a trail, a hiking tour to a canyon somewhere. It's about 20 minutes walk, and then later today, when the sun will probably be a bit hotter, we go to the beach. I mean, everybody goes, no? So we do too. Okay. You probably heard me screaming in the video. There was a hummingbird like zzz, right next to my ear, and I thought it was an insect, so I turned around to see what it was. But it was a tiny hummingbird like this. Yeah, so sorry for the screaming.
Sailors passing on the street, are you ready for peace? Mm-hmm.
As I already told you in previous videos, hot is beautiful, but you know it can be extremely dangerous. So again, to repeat it again, because it's very important people know when they travel and do hiking tours on their own, make sure you have water supplies with you, or even water and some liquid that has sugar and salt in it, so that protects you, well, that keeps you hydrated as long as possible. And when you sweat I told you before, a backpack on your back is very interesting because it keeps the sweat behind the backpack and keeps you wet. So being hydrated doesn't only mean that you have to drink all the time, but it means that you have to, even your skin needs to be hydrated as well. So always keep that in mind when you do trials or hiking tours on your own. Okay?
Ships are filling up fast, are you ready for ease?
Can you imagine living on a place like this? On an island? Wow. We are here like in the middle of the island, still at the coastline. It's extremely hot today, but here I think it's like 6 to 7 degrees cooler. In the woods, I mean, this is like my dream, you know? If I retire, yeah, wow. It's a good option. So this is a bit more extreme. There's like no cement walking path. This is a bit wilder, but still, you know, it's a hiking trail, so it's built on purpose. But still, this feels more that you are doing something other than what other people do. I mean, Taboga Island is an island where many Panamanians from the city come over to early in the morning. There are like 4 Taboga Express boats a day, and then they still have slower boats which are much cheaper, so they arrive as well. So most of them visit Taboga Island like for 1 day or maybe less than a day to go to the beach, because that's like, it's not the only option they have in Panama. There are several, but if you want to have an off day of the busy city or the beaches around Panama, then this is perfect. I mean, you're on an island, you go overseas, you know what I mean? So yeah. The heat, and again, this is a bit more extreme to climb to, because now it goes up. It's extremely hot, which makes it harder to climb. But this is why we do this, you know. So okay, I'm curious where I'm gonna end up. By the way, I believe that Taboga Island is a volcanic island, so yeah, just so you know. This time I am not going to the off-beaten path as I did in my previous video when I was in the Summit Rainforest. I'll follow the paths this time, and apparently they explained to me that if I want to go to an interesting place, when I'm about here at this place, I turn left. It starts already. I thought they said turn right, and then like 30 meters further there's a very small path. Take that path. So I will do that, but as soon as I have the idea that I'm on the wrong path, I come back. I don't want to get lost for hours again like last time. If you didn't see that video, have a look. Yeah, so let's do this.
Sing along as they hum and be fulfilled. Many more will come, many more under the sun. Pack your finest suit. We will keep it steady. We will be the confetti. If if we fail, we just reboot.
I don't think I've seen the path because they told me like less than 30 meters. There's a very, very small opening where you have to go through, and then that is the path to go up the hill. I think I'm already too far to be at the correct path, because they said the path is in about 30 meters away from the small building I was. Well, not a building, the hut. So I go back and try to see if I can find that path. If not, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna have a look on Google Maps and see where this path ends up, but it's apparently not the correct direction where I want to go to.
Grass is greener on this side. Are you ready for new?
It's a pity that many animals are so fast. By the time I take out my camera and start my camera up, they're gone. I just saw maybe people that live here on the island or are from Panama. I just saw a butterfly as big as my head, and it was blue colored. But again, by the time I took my camera out, it was gone, So, but I think I'm at the correct path, because even on Google Maps, this is like a turning point, and one goes left and the other one goes up. But to see the interesting place, I have to take this small path. So this is a small one, and I think I'm on the correct one. So let's go and see where this one ends up. This part is a bit trickier. So it's not really climbing yet, but I try to avoid to get in touch with insects, because I don't want to get bitten by a bee or a mosquito, because by the time when I have an allergic reaction, by the time I'm back in Taboka downtown, I'm probably dead. So I have to be very careful, or not to break any legs, I'm probably a bit in the dark in the video, but I gotta say that when you do trials or hiking tours on your own, it's so funny how fast your fantasy starts to run crazy when you hear sounds that you don't recognize. And sometimes, just a bit higher up, I heard like a howling sound, but there are no wolves here. But still, the first thing you do is like going in a sort of certain modus where you try to overthink what you are doing. And of course, it's a sign that, especially when you do this on your own, that you have to be very careful always. But I'm going through with this, it's just a walking path. It's something many people do, not all people, but many people do a day. So why should I, stop doing this? So we're almost there, I think, because that's what's Google telling me. So yeah, I think maybe a few hundred meters and we should be at the point where people from the same hotel as where I'm staying advised me to go. So let's see what it is about. So the reason why they advised me to come here is because of the beautiful views you have over the island. And I think it's unique, because not many people that visit the island come over here. So yeah, I'm very glad I did this little hiking tour. I think it took about as little as 30 minutes, something like that, yes. So for now, I'm gonna see what I can do just a little bit further away and try to take as many panoramic videos and photos as possible. So see you in a bit.